That's bro. As he said that, I was reading the comments, and then and then he said it. Someone was like, "He lost me at 30,000."
You lost me, dog. You lost me. No, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not against it, but like,
It's crazy. That's still crazy though.
I get it. No, so yes and no, because it's like, yo, if it's proper, then it's like, yo, why not, right?
I'm looking extra swollen and straight now. You feel like you're just like extra.
He's so muscular. Let's do it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh. And we're live. Welcome back to another beautiful episode of Dad's Unscripted. What's the purpose? Or is it what's the purpose, Dad's Unscripted? We're still trying to figure it out. But, you know, we're a work in progress. Glad everyone can join us again. Quick introductions. We got the man Ras. We got Mr. Daps. We got CK right here. Hope everyone has been having a blessed time. Off camera, we were talking about how blessed we all are. And in the last episode, just pivoting back, recap, we were talking about the hurricane and just hurricane in Jamaica. And we're all of Jamaican background, born and raised, Jamaican descent, whatever the case may be. And we have family back home.
Yeah.
And man, the stories, the videos, there was a point where I wasn't able to get a hold of a couple of people.
Yeah, true.
And when I'm saying to you, like, the nervousness, like, yo, I don't know what's happening. Like, my sister couldn't get a hold of her mom, and Ras, she's in Senti. And Senti got, let me tell you, Senti get licking a boss.
Jano star.
Senti get licking up.
Jano.
And obviously the whole island was down and nobody had current or power or whatever.
Yeah.
But when I went to her house years ago, she in a senti dog. Like when I go on her balcony, I can see the water. So she's in the ocean. She's beautiful house, nice property, everything. But when that licked through, so finally when she gave the update, like, her mom's all right, I'm like, bless. Because I know she'd be stressing and be like, what's happening. But at the same time, a lot of just destruction. Just,
It's heavy hard even talking about it.
It's hard.
I shed tears a few times
it's
still.
Hard.
Trust me, not even from people that I know stories. Sometimes I'll just be scrolling the web
see what's happening.
And you even hear people's stories and they're just talking about it.
They lost everything.
Bro.
They lost everything. It's all gone.
Crazy.
From church, Pastor Blake, he brought up a story where he's like, his town or the city that he's from, usually you can't see nothing because of all the big buildings. The man said, Melissa, come through, and now you can see as far because everything mashed down, gone, and it's like, oh my goodness. And, it's one of those interesting things where you have individuals who, spent years, whether it be here in Canada or in the US or whatever, and they go back down and, slowly but surely they're like, I'm going to build up my house and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And, like, you now get settled into that.
Yeah.
And a big old hurricane just, mash up everything. Disastrous. Like just recently, my wife was collecting stuff at her work to send for the relief.
Right.
And it was blessed. I helped her out. She's like, "Oh, can we use your truck and load up the truck bed?" And we did that, and it was all well and good. And there was a program that allowed for you to drop it off at fire stations and all that stuff.
Right.
Which worked out great.
Yeah.
It was wonderful. And so the coming together was huge. The part that, not that it didn't surprise me, but it was like how quickly the unfortunateness of the situation turned into almost like a malicious opportunity for just unscrupulous people.
That's
Buju was talking about that.
Yeah, and that's the part too. And that Buju situation is not even like
Yeah, I heard about that.
It's
That was
not
kind of
even
weird. Still,
the
but
fact that that's been going on for years.
yo, brother, hold
You
on.
know what I mean? Because my father used to work at WAF too, and it was the same
I'm
same
not
thing
even
back
talking
then.
about WAF, dog.
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about WAF. I'm talking about digital. I'm talking about the prime minister had to come on and say, listen, disregard pretty much every of these websites. And the man
Oh,
had
for
a whole
sure.
list
That's
of
true.
websites
Exactly. Yeah.
where it's like, oh, you can send money here, you can send money here. And the reality is, it's such a, oh, what's this happening? What's happening here?
That's really
That
vet
it creates
everything,
it
man.
creates that quick trigger
Yep.
that someone's like, oh yeah, I can donate $20, I can donate $40, I can donate
Mhm.
Some people
$1,000.
are donating thousands.
They're donating thousands of dollars,
Mhm.
and like think about that. You're donating it to the wrong website,
Yeah.
and just pivoting for a second. I remember hearing about a scam, and I think I saw it in real time. I went to the gas station, and I put in the pump, pardon me, where you can prepay, and I put in at the time $30 or $35. This was years ago, and it went through. Paid for it 35, but it came up. It clicked as 3502. I didn't think nothing of it. But this was a popular gas station that it's constantly having people
So it's taking 2
running
cents from
through.
everybody's
You're
account.
thinking about that.
Yeah.
You don't think about
You don't think
it.
2
It's
cents,
2 cents.
yeah.
But think about the math of like you have 10,000 people or even 1,000 people going to that gas station every single day because it's a popular, well-used gas station, right?
Yeah.
And just thinking of that scam, and like that person would be making tons of money. And this situation where like
People be sending 20,
people are spending
100,
money, yeah,
500,
easily,
1,000, yeah.
and now it's like, oh yeah, but I donated, and then you get wind that like, oh, the website that you sent it to,
Donated to someone.
you donated to somebody
else,
and now that like, brother. Like I know what you're talking about, where the people stealing the barrels and
That's
been a
true.
thing.
That's been a thing. You know what I mean?
That's
But
not
the part where you're robbing the relief trucks that are coming in too, it's like, where is your head at right now?
brother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like what's going on? And I was saying it earlier that it's kind of like survivor's guilt because you're watching all these videos and you're seeing it. I'm talking to my brother, I'm talking to my sister, and like I'm messaging my cousins to be like, "Yo, the good, everybody all right?" And going, seeing the check mark and no response, and you're going, "Oh crap, all right, I'm just waiting. Days go by, and like, okay, finally they respond. Okay, so I'm good, cool." You know what I mean? But watching all these videos, it hurts to see it, and then to know that you can't be on the ground helping. As much as we are donating, or we send money to family members, are we dropping off canned goods here or dropping off clothes there, but still you're like, yo, I feel like I'm not doing enough, but you know what I mean? Like,
here's the part that's funny about that. Like I'm not taking away from the hurricane or anything, but I'm gonna have a conversation, or let's have a conversation, because I've seen it firsthand, especially when you think of with Melissa, with the relief and everything, they're sending down barrels, right?
Yeah.
So sending down barrels is not a foreign concept.
Right.
However, and I can't speak on for other Caribbean islands, but there's something that within the Jamaican culture that is just so it makes me grit my teeth a little bit. Because I remember a man sending down barrel for his family. So the man worked hard and I think he was in the States or wherever. He worked hard, gets the money together, buys the different things that he can buy, and sends it down to Jamaica. Only to then have the barrel get received, and they go through the barrel, and then decides to take up their phone and record and say, "Oh, what is? Why you send to me this? Why you send me this? Why you want me to wear this? Why you want me to wear this?" And the thing is, it was clothes. Like it's just regular clothes, canned goods, soap, like stuff that
to help.
Right.
But this is not Melissa. This is just regular. Hey, I'm sending down something for my family, and unfortunate the level of, I guess you can say, ungratefulness for that during that time. And then it translates to what you're saying though, where it's like you have a relief vehicle coming in to provide relief, and you're not even able to have the hindsight to be like, yo, make sure everybody get that thing. It's the most interesting dynamic of how beautiful the island is, how beautiful the people are, but in the same breath, it's like, yo, the level of just wow, unscrupulous. Like, I can't believe this is happening.
You know what, bro? I went from straight rage in the first couple hours, or like hours after, hours before, like watching videos of like people who are on resorts complaining, and I was like, yo.
Yeah. Yes.
I I remember one point I threw my phone and I was like, yo, you have no idea.
Yeah.
What these staff members are here helping you, and they should be home. And I remember watching this one video of this girl talking about like, they closed the airport from 2 days ago. They're supposed to, because they need to protect the things that they need to protect before the hurricane gets there. They can't fly up until the hurricane hits the island. That doesn't make any sense.
Mobile was hit, like the Mobile airport was.
It got a piece of beaten, brother. A piece of
licking. Trust me. And the thing,
there are so many people. The part that pissed me off about that, there are so many people who got forewarning
and didn't do nothing,
and they still went.
They still went.
So I was just like, like you said, there's people at home who like they have their situation. Who knows if someone in their family lives on somewhere in the island and died, but they're still putting up to work to service you and to do whatever, right?
You know what I mean? Because they know they're gonna need that money to repair whatever damage is done. And then the other part too is like they've been working their whole life to build this house. And this house is now gone. Where are they going to get the money from?
And I saw the conversation about like people getting at Black Americans and this and this and this and that, and like it wasn't all Black Americans. It was just ignorant people, bro. Ignorant people, bro. Like, and that's the thing. Like,
I appreciate you not swearing.
It was
about to come out.
It's real talk. But it's just ignorant people, bro. And you can't in any like. I understand, like, we were just talking about the island and just saying how the unscrupulous behavior and the ungratefulness and this and this and that. But like, it's not just reserved for Jamaica. It's everywhere you go. Everywhere you go, even bro. Sometimes I even find myself being ungrateful. Not even to people in general, but like just for some of the things, like certain shit don't work out for me or certain things, and I find myself being like, this didn't work out, But then if I look and I like count my blessings and like look back at all the things that I have and all this that you realize you're being ungrateful. So it's there. You gotta shoot the people some bail and at the end of the day, I heard this in therapy, bro. You only know how to love people the way you know how to love. So certain people there, they grew up tough, and all they know is to think about people around them. Only thought about themselves. So they only know to think about themselves. They don't have the foresight to say, "Boy, if I rob this truck and rob these goods and rob whatever, then somebody who has no house, no food, no clothes, no nothing right now is gonna be like deprived or something." They're just thinking about me. I need my things. Forget those people. I don't know who those people are. Because you already heard that question. If there was someone said, I'll give you $1 million cash right now, but there's a red button. And if you push this red button, somebody on the earth is gonna die. Would you push the red button?
Exactly. Most of the time, someone else would be like, "Yeah,
I'll push the red button,"
because they're thinking it's not affecting them.
It's affecting them. Yeah.
I saw a video on that. That was very insightful. Just a summary of it is right in line with what you said, where it was a professor in a class. The class was like 12 people, and he picked on one student and said, "Get out of my class. Get out. You don't belong here." And he was rude to her and everything, and she was upset and this and that, and she left. And then he basically said to them, what was that situation? What would you classify that situation? And they started to look at him kind of weird. And he says, the reason why you're not able to pinpoint it is because it didn't happen to you.
Yeah.
If it happened to you, you'd feel all of the emotion that woman just felt. But because it wasn't happening to you, you kind of was like, all right, cool. Which, I'm not gonna lie, I can relate to it 100% on the. Let me point it exactly. How many times have you gone past someone who's on the side of the road with their four ways on?
Yeah, you don't stop.
And you don't stop. Don't get me wrong. I definitely breathe a word of prayer. I'm like, I hope they're okay.
Yeah.
Or I do sometimes evaluate the circumstance and say like, okay, what's happening here? Because sometimes someone literally can just stop for the sake of like, I need to take a phone call or whatever the case may be.
Right.
But what ended up happening to me a couple weeks ago is that the battery in my truck, not the battery, the alternator went. The alternator in my truck went. And I'm literally driving to the mechanic because I saw the light come on. I'm coming from the gym and I'm driving to the mechanic and I'm like, okay, perfect. I'm going to make it there. Right as I'm touching the highway, it dies on me. I'm literally on the shoulder. Like I had to, I got to push it. I didn't get out to do it, but thankfully the momentum of the vehicle went right to the shoulder. But the worst part of the shoulder literally where people are entering the highway. So I'm now stuck there trying to do everything, trying to get up, jump, trying to see if it'll work. Nothing would happen. Obviously, I appreciate having good friends who were able to come. They have the insurance, CAA. So I was able to get my truck pulled to the towed to the mechanic. But in that same breath, nobody stopped. Nobody didn't say, "Hey, you're all right," this and that, whatever. Which again, we are living in a very interesting time because we've heard enough unfortunate situations of you see something like that and you want to be a good Samaritan only to get, you could get robbed, you can get hurt. True. Like just so many situations. It's like, oh my goodness.
It's true.
And it's showing itself with this whole situation in Jamaica. Seeing where like, things are rough.
Right.
But you have people who are like, oh, I need my things, and what are you going to do for me? There's also that mentality. How can I help you? It's what are you going to do for me? Like, boss man, help me now. And it's like, all right, I can help you, but come do this for me. Nah, man, I'm not doing that type of thing then. Whatever. It's
people need to just get back to being people. I mean, but then at the same time, we gotta be the example that, like, quote MJ, like it starts with the man in the mirror, Like, sometimes you gotta do, like, so for example, this happened to me like a little while ago. So I was driving down to go to my mother-in-law's house, and I was with my son. And on the way there, I'm driving, I see a little boy just in the street, right? So he's just walking on the street, just like, and it's like maybe like 6 o'clock in the evening. So I'm like, so I see him. So it was odd. It was really odd, like just seeing him just walking, just like, by himself. And he's like, he looked like he was like, he had to be like 3 or 4.
What?
Yeah, just by himself. So I'm just like, it's summertime, so there's still light out. But I'm like, so I pull over because I see him. And I was just like, who is this kid with? So I see like a couple like on the other side of the road walking that was the same race as him. So I'm like, maybe that's the same, like, same culture as him. I'm like, maybe that's his parents. But they kept strolling, they kept walking, they didn't even stop. And this kid's by himself. So I pull over. So I walk up to him, I'm like, hey, you okay? Like, whatever. So I pick him up, and like, I feel like he might have been autistic or something, because he was a little he had something about him,
right?
And I was like,
and just to clarify, when you picked him up, those people who you saw didn't have no.
They didn't stop. They didn't have no reaction. They were just walking. They just no reaction. Okay. So I picked him. I just stopped. I got out of the car. Yeah, exactly. That's true. Because looking from, I walked up to him, so I picked him up, and I was like, "Where's your mom? Where's your dad?" And he was just like, the reason why I say that is because like, if I'm supposed to ask my son right now, where's your mom? Where's your dad? He's gonna respond and be like,
have something.
On the topic. He just started talking about some next random like So like I'm like, okay, I don't know. So I'm like, all right. So I just held him, and he stayed with me, and my son was in the back seat. So I walked to each house, knocking on doors.
Mm-hmm.
Then I ended up getting to these 2 houses. So I knocked on the door, and the guy answered the door, and he's like, I'm like, yo, is this like, do you know whose child this is? Because I just saw him walking, and nobody seems to know, whatever. And this guy's like, I don't know, but my neighbor has a lot of kids, so it might be his kids, and they're the same culture, right? So I walk over to the neighbor's house, knock on the door. The neighbor's like, nah, that's not my kid, So I'm like, oh, snap. So the neighbor had kids already. So the kid that I was holding saw all the kids, and he like shook himself out of my hands and ran into the house. Lucky this guy was such a beautiful person. He's like, yeah, no problem. So I took my son out the car. My son ran inside with them, and they're all playing. So now it's me, him, and his wife standing outside, like wondering what the heck we're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I called the police and everything. I'm like, hey, I found a kid out here, whatever. Like, I don't know whose kid this is. Like, I don't know what to do. I tell them the thing, tell them where I'm at. They're like, okay, we'll send someone over, blah, blah. So we're waiting there for like an hour. And like, nobody shows up, no cops show up. We're just standing there. Bro, and then I'm just standing on the road, on the sidewalk with the gentleman, and we're looking up onto the street, just looking up, cause it's starting to get dark now. So we're just looking up onto the street, like, yo, where would this kid have came from? See a woman come down, bawling, walking up. Oh my goodness! Cause she lives all the way on the other side. The kid was walking for a while, and like, she's crying because she probably has no idea where to look.
Yeah.
She like went to the park. She said she went to the park. She said she went all these places, whatever, right? And she's like, how she couldn't find him.
So it was his mom.
It was his mom. And I was like, so when I seen her walking, all I knew was her because she was bawling. Mm-hmm. I can hear her crying from when I could see her.
Yeah.
And she's walking. She just looked out of it. And I walked up to her. I'm like, are you looking for your son? She's like, yes. I'm like, yo, he's over here. He's at the house. I found him. He was walking. So she's like, no, and I came in and he's like walked out. He's like, mommy, he ran to her and stuff. So I'm just like, oh my goodness.
So I can't hear stuff like this, I can't hear stuff like this because this is.
Yo, but he would like always just try to escape the house.
I told you guys what happened with my son going outside, right?
No.
This was over the summer. Great job, by the way. Empty glass.
Yeah.
Oh man, cheers,
man. Like,
at least pretend like I drink. There you go. Remnants. So, not extreme story like that. Great job, by the way. Great job. And he doesn't do it now. Because as you know, these kids, these generation, them smart. Them upon some different levels of smart right now. So, if I say to him now, like, do not go outside, do not do this, he'll stomp his foot or he'll give a sign like, okay, daddy. Like, he'll acknowledge it. But prior to that, he'd love to just take off. And one day I was outside cleaning out the garage. This is during the summer, cleaning out the garage. And it was a serious clean out because I took out he has one of those little cars. Those cars that you can drive, right? That sounds weird to say a car you can drive. Of course you can. I apologize. One of those big toy cars. And I had it cleaned. I had it on the driveway. And I'm basically in and out trying to clean out the stuff, get everything organized. And he was at home. And, he'll say, Daddy, can I come out? I'm like, yes, you can come out. Or are you going to go back inside? And like, he'll let me know what he's doing. So I know he was inside because I'd come in, check on him. He's there. He's watching his tablet. He's good. Like, I've done my check to make sure he's fine. I'm also not leaving the doors open. But just in, how my house is set up, right? There's the front door and then there's the garage door. Both doors were open. And I must have come in through the front door and he literally walked out through the garage door. So when I come inside, first thing is I'm listening. Like, okay, where is this kid? I start searching all over the house. I start searching. And the more I can't find him, the more I'm just like,
Your heart.
I'm a dead. No, it's not even my heart. I just kept thinking, I'm a dead man. Because again, none of my daughters are home. They're out with their mom.
Yeah,
So it's just me and him at the house.
Mm-hmm.
So all I'm thinking is, oh my God, I'm a dead man. I'm dead. And not in the sense of dead one time. Like I'm going to get killed, then brought back to life, and then killed again by multiple people.
Yeah.
Now here's the part that's messed up. I walk outside and look. But it just so happened the column at my porch was right in line with the car that he was physically in. I didn't see him. Right, let me tell you something. Walk outside, look. Don't see nothing. Come back inside. Tear down the house. Look under bed. Look under couch. Like I was looking under everything. Calling his name. Only to go outside, break the corner, and see that he's in the car. Look, Daddy, I'm driving. Look, Daddy, I'm driving. And I'm like...
You couldn't even get mad at him.
I can't get mad. I couldn't get mad because, again, he sees me go through the garage door. He sees me go through the front door. He has those options.
Yeah.
But to think that he would, like... He could, like... Yo, Jesus, mercy. Now again, to your point, and again, the part that's amazing about the world is that we have a lot of great apples. But let's be transparent that unfortunately the bad apples do get the attention.
Yeah, true that.
Just like, who am I kidding? If you have a bunch of apples or a bunch of fruits and whatever, if you see one going, that's the one that you kind of tag into. You're like, oh, that one's going. You don't pay attention to the other. You gotta pick it off and
take it out.
Take it out. So great that gentleman was open and like, hey, no problem, and this and that, and like welcoming.
To even have that kid just.
But then kudos to yo, bro.
Kudos to you, man.
When I tell you.
Jeez.
There's so many ways that could have gone wrong.
Yeah, trust me. That kid could have got hit by a car. Someone could have drove by, seen he was by. There's a lot of sickos on there.
Oh my gosh.
Especially now because there's a price tag attached to kids.
Right.
So now it's like now you used to look at the way the world is, the economy and this and that, and everybody trying to make $1.
Yeah, man.
People don't have no soul. Everything's about money.
Yo.
So it's like, for me, like, I would just hope that like the other day I seen it was not the other day, it was last winter. It was like one of those days I was like minus like whatever on someone unholy number.
Which we have those.
You're free, it's like and if you're not wearing gloves, you're standing outside for a minute or two, your fingers are
done.
There's a guy, he was standing outside, my wife helps him sometimes too, and he was standing outside and he had no jacket, and I was walking to the grocery store and this guy is just like, I'm like, if I'm cold and I just walk from my car that was heated to the grocery store, which is heated, and I'm cold, he's freezing because he's just standing outside asking for change. So, I had a jacket in my car. Well, I was wearing it. That was a jacket I wore to go to the store, and I take it off, put it back in my car. I took it off, and I took it off, and I gave it to him, and I gave him, and I went to the dollar store, and I bought him a hat and some gloves and stuff. Because he could have died, could have froze, hypothermia, whatever. And I'm just like, sometimes you look at situations, I'm not going to act like when I see people, because I've seen people with their car stopped on the side of the road and I haven't stopped. Sure. One time I did stop, and as I stopped, the lady drove off.
Yeah.
Like I pulled over, and I was like, yo, and
you're supposed to be a good Samaritan, but she's like, oh, no, which again happens.
No, I think she just got whatever situation, maybe she just on the phone, or maybe she just something happened, but she didn't do it. She didn't peel off. I don't think she thought I was gonna stop because she was in the car. I seen her outside of her car, and I'm like, oh shoot, maybe she needs to change her tire or something. So I pull over, and then as I pull over and I'm about to get in the car, I just see the car just get back onto the highway.
Yeah.
So I don't always, but there's times where I've driven by people.
Right.
But when especially in situations like that, like I see children or certain things, I'm like, sometimes
children are elderly. I think the elderly. Yeah. Again, that whole idea of once a man, twice a child, like it's a legitimate thing where a child is not able to help themselves, or it's an elderly person who needs help with something. I myself, I'm like quick to say, all right, something needs to happen here, or what's the situation here, and that's a whole other conversation that we can get into.
But it's messed up because even places in Jamaica, I'm hearing that certain places, not even in Jamaica, certain a lot of third world countries, I'm hearing that at nighttime you'll be driving and you see a little could be screaming, bawling for help.
Yeah.
Don't stop.
Yeah.
Don't stop.
Yeah.
That's what people say.
That's a setup.
People tell you don't stop. They don't, and it could be the mess up thing is it could be a situation.
That year.
Yo, what if a kid is getting traffic and was able to get away? And it's like you're their only hope, and they see you and they're like, and it's like yo, and you're like nope, and you drive by. It's such a messed up.
And yeah, I've heard like it's no different than the different stories you hear where it's like, oh, if you see money in your car, if you see money on your windshield, or if you see something, if you hear something in the back of your car, don't stop immediately. Like just. There's so many different things, and it's weird.
It's messed up that we gotta live like that. You know what I mean? It is like it's human decency. Like, what's the point of causing another serious harm just to get ahead? Like, obviously, we all have our experiences, but it's like, why? You know what I mean? Like, why?
The answer would.
Like, it would be great to have that understanding of why some people's psychosis take them to that level.
But a lot of this is money, bro. Remember, the money is the root of all evil, bro. Man, that people will do certain things, and trust, bro. I know it's like we all know what it's like to not have.
Of course, not have. Yeah,
sometimes the depths of dark places your minds go to trying to come up. You know what I'm saying? Yes. But there's certain things you just wouldn't do. You wouldn't do. But some people don't have that. Some people don't have that. Or they do, but they just like I said, you can only love the way you know how to love.
Yeah, that's true.
If you're around people who would always put everything before you and they had no boundaries, you're not gonna have no boundaries. Facts. You're not gonna develop a moral compass by yourself, right?
Which ties in so amazing. As we're concluding this episode, because the whole purpose of us doing this podcast is towards our kids. It's for our kids so that they can listen to us speak, whether it be about our upbringing, about our perspectives, so that because again, we're parents, and unfortunately we have to have the parental role, and for lack of a better word, we can't reason with them a certain way.
True.
We can't reason with them. We want to, but they're still kids.
Yeah.
And it's almost like I think of this platform as a vault where one day they'll be able to come and watch it and be like, oh, wow, okay, so that was my dad, or, oh, that was uncle, and okay, this and this, and being able to add value to them, but not just to them, like to add value to someone else. Like, for example, the story that you just told. Your son saw that, and whether you know it or not, he's going to be like, yeah, I seen my dad stop and help someone that years from now, that could translate into something very positive.
Yes.
Better yet, to know that you did that for that young man and that his mom, that he himself could have had a positive experience.
Right. And that's a great ripple effect. You know what I mean? Like that can be. I think it is a great ripple effect, regardless of wherever it goes, because the mother forever will be remembering that day, but also remember you and the other gentleman who stood up and kept her child, you know what I mean, safe.
Yeah.
So that still is like ripple, and she'll probably remember it. She may be crying. She may remember it and cry, but she'll still remember it with the light of two men who helped her in. You know what I mean? Like getting
gone the other way, man.
Because it could have gone the other way. It could have gone so many different ways, man.
That brings me to that thing. We won't go into this topic, but you guys ever seen that thing where this white woman, she was talking to her kid, and she told her kid, if you ever get lost, go look for a black man.
Go look for a black man.
Yo, that's crazy.
That is crazy. But it's true.
It's not lies. It's definitely
because I don't know. A lot of us will see a kid in distress and be like, "Yo,
you all right?
You good?
What's going on?
That's what's happening." You know what I mean? Like somebody chasing you. Yo, we are do. We will be probably the first one to be like, "Hey."
Yeah. Back up yourself. Yeah, I agree. And
man,
the agreeableness here is because of who we are, our upbringings, our family,
right.
Because I remember seeing my mom very, just serve within the community and take care of kids that were not her own.
Yeah.
And again, as a kid, I got upset Where it's like, oh, hold on, mommy, how come you taking my clothes and giving it to him and whatever? But now, as an adult, I'm like, wow, that really helped. As you talked about moral compass, recognizing like, okay, there is more to, it's not just all mine. Like, hey, let me share, let me give, and let me provide more. And it's no different than what's trying to happen in Jamaica right now. And we're praying that there is more relief.
Yes.
That will come, but be received and then not be looked
I
at
pray
as like,
for,
mine.
And that's the other part too that I pray for in the people that are there, that I know it's rough, but you can't tell someone what to do in a situation like this, like giving up their land because, you know what I mean, they can't, they have nothing else. You know what I mean? So it's like hoping that the farmers can get some sort of aid without it being like, oh, come to the government and let me loan you some money.
Right. Because that just turns into a whole...
Because that turns into a whole another thing, you know what I mean? Like, they have to rebuild, they have to till the soil, they have to plant the seed, they have to water and let everything grow again. Like, a loan won't necessarily... It will help them, but it, in the long run, also stifle their actual growth to be able to gain any profit. So I hope that government will do right by the people and not right by corporations. That's all I'm saying. That's what I hope. I only can hope and pray that will happen. But I do love to see that the first line of defense that we had was a lot of the musicians who just
they came
took up and jumped.
Took up and
you know what I mean? Massacre, Shaggy, Cartel, Spice. Like to see all of them, you know what I mean? Just take up the mantle, Bolt. You know what I mean? Like all of them take up the mantle and just go after it and try to help our people. That's one of the greatest feelings I could ever see. Like some of those videos are what got me out of the slump of thinking of like, yo, damn, I'm here and I can't really do much. But the little that I do, the money that I send back to families, the collecting clothes now to bring to places that are taking donations is the best that we can do at the moment until we get there to see. And I just want the people to be uplifted that, energies of the world, and not just Jamaica too. We got to also give credence to Haiti and Cuba because they got hit too. They got hit too. And a lot of people are not speaking up for them because we already know the bureaucracy of how their situation is with SOSA. You know what I mean? Like, but they need help too. So if you can help Jamaica, Haiti, and Cuba, by all means, do your part as best as you can and with what you can. So man.
If we do actually have a link or something.
I'll post the governmental links in our captions. So if you guys see this and feel obliged to donate, I try to find links for Haiti and Cuba that are so legitimate. But for sure, definitely, man. Like, I thanks for all the love that people have been sending, the messages, and for all the annoying people that were there. It's okay. We understand that you don't understand what this feels like, but who feels it knows it. They said, right?
To that credit, there was a number of videos that showed people who were from the States just roll up their sleeves.
Oh yes,
so
and get to taking up trees and all that stuff.
It all depends on the side.
It's all
which side you choose.
And you gotta remember that a lot of the time, the most ignorant people are the loudest. So they're gonna be the people who are out there doing helping are not gonna be with their phones out,
recording. That's true. That is true.
It's gonna be the ignorant people who are gonna be pulling out their phone and cussing at people and because they're looking for reaction. They're looking for they're looking for views online. They're looking for all this foolishness. Those are the people that you gotta think. So yeah, man. And I feel like we could visit this topic later. Like I just feel like social media and certain things has desensitized us to these things
1,000%.
And that's why I feel like people, when they saw, I was talking to someone, like people, they knew the hurricane was coming and they still went. Then when they realized, oh damn, there is no food, we have to ration food, that's why they're upset. You don't realize that like when things when real things happen, we can see we're exposed, we get to see mudslides and we're not actually there. earthquakes, tsunamis, all these things. We get to visualize all these things happening in the world in real time, but it's not affecting us.
Yeah.
So we become so numb to what it actually
feels like to be in it.
To be in it. Yeah.
So true, man.
I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate you sharing. And again, we've come to another episode. We greatly appreciate everybody joining us. And until the next time, cheers.
Salute. Respect.
Just press it.